for tuning in my channel. I mean, the dog is from you, and I just want to continue this video to obviously fill up the space on YouTube um, about my experience with this mushroom. And I cooked it the other day. Um, I cooked them, but truly the only cool thing which you can do with it is, I think personally, just to take the skin off, because it has some really powerful coloring going. But the experience itself, what I had in terms of like recreationally, it was pretty pretty boring. And I will be very honest with you, it was pretty boring. And yes, they are poisonous, but they are not type of poisonous where you need to be. I mean, it's not a death cap, you know. I mean, it's still the same family. And of course I would not recommend anybody to eat it uh, rare. I mean, it's, students all over the country um, going for it. But students are, the kind of people who go study because they don't like to work. So they always like to experiment with stuff. But for me, what I would use it for is basically that skin to do like a color paint out of it. Like, I think it's a nice orange or nice red. But the trip I had was not really nice. I mean, what I also heard that up in Finland and up in Norway, in Lapland, they feed it to the they feed the mushroom to the reindeer. The reindeer loves it. And then the reindeer gets obviously a bit of a buzz, right? So that's where Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer comes from. And the shaman, those gurus, they their catch. Now this is another question for you, or for someone who knows. How the hell would you catch the urine of a reindeer? I mean, these people are special, because you can't. It's not like a human where you say, okay, go, let me know when you have to go. A reindeer doesn't really care; it just goes. And I mean, do they put like a catheter on the reindeer? That's maybe okay, but what is if the reindeer female? So how would you catch? I mean, when women urinate, it's like it's like splashing all over the place. Um, that's also how oh, sorry about that. How if a girl, if you go into the forest in the winter, right? And how would you know if a man urinated or a woman? It's very very easy. You look at the crampy, the shit, and if the piss is in front of the shit, then it was a woman. It was a man, obviously. But if the shit is kind of cut to half, right? Just like chopped to half, and around it is like yellow, right? Then it was a woman. So it's like that goes all over the place. So the reindeer is pretty much the same. Now, the reindeer's liver cuts out the masculine poison of this, or masculine, or is it masculine? Well, depends. Could be a masculine tear. It filters out that poison, and the rest of that mushroom, which is the psychedelic bit, it's in the urine, right? And they just drink it. I mean, those people, man. I'm telling you, those shamans, they're just extreme, right? So, but for me personally, even though I made like I made like lollipops with out of this, and I made some candies as well. So I tried, and I really tried hard to make this mushroom work. But I'm telling you, the little effect what I had was not really pleasant. It was not really. It's hard to describe it. It was actually pretty unpleasant, to be perfectly honest. It made me like feel almost like I want to throw up. And if I want to take something recreational, then obviously I want to enjoy it. I want to laugh. I want to be creative. I want to sit back and like just you know look at paint dry, or pleasantly. And I'm not interested. I just give up on this. I just give up on this mushroom. To be perfectly frank, I'm not interested anymore. Always try to just take it easy, take little bits and bobs. But I wouldn't recommend to anyone. But in a survival situation, when you're out there in the forest and you have nothing on you, oh, excuse me, just like a bowl, or maybe you find an old can, and you chop the lid, you find a couple of those mushrooms, you will be able to find water in the forest. You have a little creek or a little river or something, and if you manage to cook this mushroom properly, then it's completely edible, and you won't have any problems. So that I can at least I can confirm that it worked for me. But in none of my videos I'm doing, I recommend people copying or doing what I'm doing, because I'm an experimental guy. I'm a survivor. So I think it's much better you guys do your own research elsewhere, and ask other people. I'm just talking here purely about my experience, and for recreational reason, this mushroom did not supply me with the effect I was interested to get. So therefore, a big thumbs down on this. It looks beautiful, it's lovely, and I think you can do an amazing paint out of this. Like a watercolor, a natural paint. So if you start painting with this kind of stuff, and your fans start buying the paints and start leaking those paints, well, I would say then, as an artist, you really achieved something unique, something extremely special. And I just in my head now, I just created something magnificent, because I will be starting to paint with mushrooms. Yeah, yeah. I'm just going to cook them. I'm going to start painting with them. Now, how about that, guys? Natural paint. Pretty amazing, isn't it? Pretty amazing. Right. And this is the fly, Amarita. Amarita Rita, Acapulco. Mami, Daddy, Shakicifini, a Johnny, a Joji, Sarah Mami, a puppy, Mami, Acapulco, Acapulco, Acapulco. Don't of Chumacella, check comment, of course. Oh no.